assumed mean. To find the assumed mean, what we are going to do, we are going to consider the same table that we considered for approximate mean. So here is the table. If you look at the table, the first column is class interval, the second column is number of players, which is basically frequency, and our third column is class mark. So the first thing that we need to do, we need to find the assumed mean from the class mark, which is basically xi. So as you can see, we can consider two means, which is over here, either 2.5 or 4.5. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to consider my assumed mean as 2.5. So I will write assumed mean is equal to A, which is equal to 2.5. Now, let's pay attention to the fourth column, which is di is equal to xi minus 2.5. And this 2.5 is basically my assumed mean. So let's use this formula to fill in this table. So I will write 0.5 minus 2.5 is negative 2, 2.5 minus 2.5 is 0, 4.5 minus 2.5 is 2, and then 6.5 minus 2.5 is 4. So basically, I got my di, which is over here. Now, the next column, which is our last column, what we need to do, we need to multiply the frequency with di. So 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 2 is 6, and then 1 times 4 is 4. Now let's consider our last row. So I will write total over here, and the total of the frequency is basically sigma of fi, which is equal to 8. Now let's find the total of fi di. So I will write sigma of fi di is equal to 8, because negative 2 plus 0 plus 6 plus 4 is basically 8. Now let's find the mean. So we'll find the mean, which is given as x bar is equal to A, which is our assumed mean, plus sigma fi di over sigma of fi. Now let's substitute the value, and if we do that, we will write x is equal to A, which is 2.5, plus sigma of fi di is 8, and sigma of fi is 8. So I will write 8 over 8. So 8 over 8 is 1. So I will write that is equal to 2.5 plus 1, and 2.5 plus 1 is basically 3.5. And this is the mean using the assumed mean method. And just remember that this term sigma fi di over sigma of fi is basically known as mean of deviation. So when we find the mean using assumed mean, we add the assumed mean with mean of deviation. And whatever we will get as a sum, that will be basically the mean of the given grouped data. And this is how we will use assumed mean method to find the mean of the given group data.